Welcome back. This is the continuation of last lecture which we saw for registering a user with the Firebase in Android app. So if you have watched my previous video, so you will see that I had used one user for the sign up, and in the authentication section of Firebase I have used that for the authentication using the email and password. So here you can see that user email ID is present and the user ID is also present. So in this session what we will going to see is how we can store this user information in the real-time database. So I am into the real-time database section, so I am going to create one database. We can use any region, so I am keeping as a default. We will keep as a test mode for now. We will not use the lock mode unless enable. Okay, so this has been enabled. Now I will go to the rules. So this is enabled. If it's give any error, what we will do, we will make it as a true. For now we will keep as defaults. And now if you go to the data section, there is no database or any users or anything, so it's empty right now. First what I will do, I will delete this user. Let's delete this user. And if I run this app, this code is also available on GitHub, which is the link is provided in the previous video. So if you want, you can get the code from the GitHub. So I'll run this app just for the understanding purpose. Now I am going to run this app. Okay, so we are getting as a email and password for the registration. So as I have shown in the previous example also, I will show here also demo@gmail.com. and password will be demo12345678 Let's see. Okay, so here we are getting that detail. So what we are exactly going to do is, based on these details, this email address, based on this user ID, we are going to the going and write to the this real-time database. So let's do one thing. We'll delete this again. Now we will go to the code, and we will need to create one activity where we will add some users details. New activity and empty activity, and this I will give as a user details. Now click on finish. So Gradle build has been done. Now in this page what I will do, I will just add two details. One is name and one is age. Age also I am giving as a or instead of age I will give as a gender, and that will be also as a manual, means we can type male or female. So I am giving as a linear layout, orientation, vertical. Now edit text, which will be match parent. Height will be wrap content, then ID, name, and we will give the hint name. Let's just close this. What we can give is top margin 10 dp. Now let's create the second edit text, and then which will be match parent, it will be wrap content, then ID, gender, and then top margin 10 dp, and then we'll give hint as a gender. Let's close this, and now a button. This will be also match parent, then wrap content, and then ID, add details, and then text will be add details and top margin, 10 dp. This one will be @ID. Okay, so this looks good. Now we need to call this activity, so we'll go on the register page. Here we are getting as a success. Okay, so in this, once it's successfully, then we'll create the user. So first thing is then we'll call the next activity. So the intent I equal to new intent and then we'll send the email address from here. So I dot put extra, and then this will be, I will give as a email, and then the value will be new email. UML, we are getting reference or not. Okay, so I'll take this UML over here, and then start activity, and then I, and what we'll do, we'll finish this activity also. So I'm doing the finish. So what this will do is it will call the new, okay, so get application context comma next class, that is user details dot class. Okay, so this looks good. Now we will come to this activity. So here we'll first add the text, name comma gender, button, submit, and now button, submit, and now we need to create the intent so that we will get the value intent I. Now we will get this data. So name equal to find. So first let's get the intent data. So I equal to get intent, and then string, we'll give here only string email. So email equal to I dot get string extra, and we'll pass the email, the key value, key which we have provided over here. So this key, we'll copy this for safer side and we'll pass here. So this will give us the email. Let's log this also. User details, email. Now the next thing is name equal to find r dot id dot name, okay, so this one is gender equal to find r dot id dot gender, and submit equal to find UID r dot id dot add details. Now we need to implement the on-click listener. So submit dot set on-click listener, new unclick listener, and here we'll get the string name equal to, we'll take the username, so we'll give as a uname equal to name dot get text dot toString, and string ugender equal to gender dot get text dot toString. So these three details we are getting over here. Now what we have to do is, let's print all the details. So log.d, we are already printing this here, so only we'll print the username and password, name and gender. User detail, let's print username I have given, let's keep it as whatever it is, and then ugender. So this part is done. Now our next part is to insert into the Firebase real-time database. So for that we need to initialize Firebase part. Before writing to the database, we need to go to the tools and we need to add the library for database. So we need to go to the Firebase, and from here you will get the database reference steps also. So we had already, in last session we have already seen the authentication loading, this authentication part. Now come for the real-time database. So click on get started. Now we are already connected to the Firebase. Now add real-time database. So this library will automatically gets added and it will update into the Gradle file. So wait for the time to update it. Here also you will see all the basic code step which is already given, means how we can write to the database, how we can read from the database, and optional configuration also, but we are basically we are interested into this first and second part. So once it will get to the Gradle will be built, so we will see this first writing part. So our registration part will be complete. Okay, so build has been done, library has been added. Now let's try to add. So private database reference, it will give us suggestions. So you will see the first one, database reference will give as object, and then now we need the user ID so that we can write to the particular user. So for that also, private Firebase user will give the user. Now this both has been created. Now let's initialize this. So what I will do, I will get the, now we'll also give one more. So string cur user, that is current user, which will be empty for now. And here somewhere what we will do, we'll get the current user first. So Firebase user equal to Firebase auth dot get instance dot get current user. So it will take the current user, and after that cur user equal to user dot get uid. So we will get the user ID. Now the next step is we need to point out our database. So we have given over here database reference. So we need to create the database reference. So database reference equal to Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference, and this will get the reference. Now we need the database names, table name we will. So we will give as a child and we will give table name. If it's not exist, then it will create automatically when we will give this. Otherwise we can use the existing one also. So I don't have any database. If you see over here, I don't have any user also for currently, and I don't have any database also over here. So let's give database as a user, so it will store the user details. Now we want to write to the user which is the current user, means we can't write to the someone else details. So for that we are getting the user ID over here, the current user ID, and we will pass that current user ID. So dot child, and we will pass the cur user. So this will point to the current user, and we will add the details to that particular user. So this reference has been done. Now on click of submit we are getting these details, and now let's add these details to the database. So for that we have already created the reference. So what I will do, I will create a hash map for this user. So hash map this will be key value pair, so this will be string user map. We'll give as a user map equal to new hash map. Now add the details. So user map dot put, will pass as a, if we want we will pass the ID also, but currently I am not going for the ID. So what I will do, I will pass as a what we say email, and this will be whether I am able to access it, yes, email, and then user map dot put name, and this will be un name because we are storing in this variable, and then user map dot put gender, and then we'll pass the gender. So these three things has been done. So now let's add to the database. So we are writing to the first time to the database, we are not updating the existing details. So for that what we have to do is database reference dot set, there is function called set value, and we have to pass the object. So object will be our, we are using as a user map. Now there are many functions if you see over here. So we are looking for on complete. When it's complete, then only we will get the response. So on complete listener, new on complete listener. So once it will be get completed, so here you will get the task. So now we will check if task dot is successful, will display one toast also. Toast dot make text, get application context, user details has been added, and length dot sort dot show. Okay, and also we'll give the log dot d, and we'll keep the same key. The details added, else we'll give the same. So this will go, just give our details, unable to add user. Now one more thing, so if you see here it's showing as error, so either you can just keep it the incomplete listener, but what if it fails? So we can add one more, add on failure. So if anything fails, so it will comes in this block. So on failure, and we can print log dot d, user details, and then unable to add details, and we'll print the message, what message we are getting. So e.get localized message dot toString. Now I think everything's look good, and here you have to complete this, so semicolon, so that this function get completed. So everything looks good. Now it's saying the red line. Okay, yeah. So now let's run this app. It will take some time to install and launch. So we can see it redirected to registration page. Now if you check in database also, there is no record. Here also we don't have any record. So no records present here, and there is no record. So what I'll do, I'll add the details. So demo@gmail.com and demo 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So these details I am giving as a username and password, email ID and password. Now click on register. Now we can check from the log also. In the register page I have given as a user. Let's search with this. User not found. We can see the next. User created successfully, and this is the user ID. Yeah, it's redirected to the user details. So I will keep Naveen and mail. So now let's clean this log so that we can easily search in the log also. Before submitting, we will see the user ID present here or not. So email has been created and the user ID is also created, ppz. So I'll click on the add details. Let's check the log. So I have given the user details. So user details added, as you can see the message. Now let's go to the database and try again. So if you see here, we can see a table has been created. Now what we will do, let's click on this. So it's a user, and if you see this user ID is nothing but this one, the user ID which we have created over here. Now if we expand, so we are expecting whatever details we are getting over here, like email, gender and name. So all these three details are coming from our application. So where we are passing this all three here, email, name and gender. So what I will do, I will quickly run and again show you one more registering with another user, so that it will be clear. For that we need to uninstall this, because already this user is configured with her mobile device. So we need to uninstall the app. Let's uninstall this and run it again quickly. So if you see, it's asking for email and password, so I will give another email. And I will give password also. Let's register this one. Okay, so it's registered successfully. If we check over here in the user authentication section, we will see this user and the user ID is different. Now let's submit the other details. So Naveen Gupta, mail, add details. Now we saw one toast. So let's refresh this. Okay, so as you can see, it's a real-time database. We don't even need to refresh or do anything. It's automatically get updated. As soon as you update the data in your application, that gets reflected over here. So this comes under the user section, the user ID and then the user details. So if you have any query, you can ask me. Thank you.